Auctioned off in the harsh Wyoming Territory of 1875, sisters Katherine and Rebecca James brace for the worst, until rancher Grant Xavier steps forward with an unexpected offer of refuge rather than ownership. Brought to his ranch to help care for the orphan children he has sworn to raise, the sisters find safety, dignity, and a chance to rebuild. As Katherine bonds with the children and Grant's quiet strength draws her in, an unspoken warmth grows between them. But with their past hardships threatening their fragile peace, both must decide whether this newfound hope can truly become a lasting home. In the Wyoming Territory of 1875, where the wind carried dust like whispered warnings and cattle trails carved through miles of open land, the James sisters stood on a wooden platform outside the small town's courthouse. Katherine held her younger sister Rebecca's trembling hand as the auctioneer shouted prices meant to erase their late father's debts. Their father, once a respected horse trainer, had fallen into hard times after a brutal winter killed half his stock. His sudden death left the girls alone and vulnerable, and the local magistrate wasted no time turning them into a spectacle of misfortune. Men from nearby settlements gathered, some with pity, others with intentions that chilled Katherine to the bone. She stood tall, determined not to show fear. Rebecca, only 19, pressed close, her blue eyes wide with dread as the auctioneer barked out numbers like they were livestock. Katherine whispered, "I won't let them separate us," though she had no power to ensure it. Just as the bidding turned toward a rancher known for his harsh treatment of workers, a commanding voice broke through the murmurs. "I'll take them both." The crowd parted to reveal Grant Xavier, a tall, broad-shouldered rancher with a steady gaze and an air of quiet authority. Known around the territory for his integrity, he was also a man burdened by grief, having lost his sister and brother-in-law in a fire that left behind 3 orphaned children in his care. With the ranch's demands and the little ones needing guidance, he'd come to town seeking help, not expecting fate to place the James sisters directly in his path. The auctioneer slammed the gavel. "Sold." Katherine exhaled a breath she hadn't realized she'd been holding. Rebecca clutched her arm, relief softening her tear-stained face. Grant approached them with a respectful nod. "You won't be hurt," he said simply. "You'll have honest work and a roof over your heads. One of you to keep the house, the other to teach the children. The rest, we'll settle as time goes." It was the first time in days someone had spoken to them with kindness. The journey to Xavier Ranch took half a day. The land stretched endlessly, rolling with sagebrush, golden grass, and distant mountains like silent guardians. Rebecca murmured at the beauty, Katherine remained cautious, though grateful. When they arrived, 3 children, Emily, Samuel, and toddler Clara, ran out to greet them. Katherine felt her heart soften as Emily shyly offered Rebecca a flower and Samuel asked if Katherine knew how to make biscuits. In the weeks that followed, the sisters settled into their new roles. Rebecca proved a patient, joyful teacher, filling the schoolhouse with laughter. Katherine, though working long hours, found comfort in the rhythm of ranch life, cooking meals, tending to little Clara, and bringing warmth back into a home that had long felt hollow. Grant often joined Katherine in the evenings, helping dry dishes or sitting on the porch after the children slept. They shared stories of their pasts, his voice quiet when he spoke of the fire, her eyes misting when she talked about losing their father. Their conversations grew easier, deeper, threaded with a gentle tenderness neither of them expected. One evening, a storm rolled across the plains, lightning splitting the sky. Clara cried in fear, and Katherine held her close until she calmed. Grant watched quietly from the doorway, moved by the sight. That night, something shifted. He realized the house no longer felt like a place of responsibility, it felt like home. As spring turned the land green again, Grant asked Katherine to walk with him under the cottonwoods. With hands slightly shaking, he spoke from the heart. "You and your sister were brought into my life in a way none of us expected. But I've come to see you as more than just someone who helps this ranch run. Katherine, you've brought light back into these walls. If you're willing, I'd like to give all of us, a real family." Tears welled in her eyes, not from sorrow but from a hope she had buried long ago. "Yes," she whispered. I'd like that very much. And so, the James sisters, once auctioned-like property, found not just safety, but belonging. Xavier Ranch became a place of warmth, laughter, and new beginnings. A home built not from chance, but from choice, courage, and love strong enough to rewrite their fate.